In this video, we're going to speak about pitch deck and making sure that there's balance in your pitch deck, which can translate into balance in your business. We've spoken about the theory of pitch decks, but in this video, I just wanted to share with you some key findings that we found when it comes to pitch decks. There's a company called DocSend, which actually tracks what deck people look at and what particular slide they spend time on, and also how they rated that pitch deck. What they found was that if people were spending an average across all those slides at the same time, that was a good favorable outcome. So it's important to make sure that there's no question marks when you've got a pitch deck relating to possibly the market size or possibly your customer segment or a product in particular. So it's very important to make sure that there's balance in your pitch deck. So there's an art and science when it comes to this, but it's very important to keep on reiterating, keep on changing your pitch deck to make sure that it's getting better and better. So don't accept your current pitch deck, always improve it, get feedback from your customers and those people that you're proposing or pitching to. The most important thing as well is to have a Q&A slide, and you can actually add answers to specific questions that clients might have. You can share in your sales meeting these particular challenges that you might have or objections, and then essentially you can add it into your presentation so that it forms part of a training material. Or if you send that pitch deck to a customer, you can essentially see exactly that those answers are all covered so that there are no questions after you've done that presentation. The other thing to bear in mind is to make sure you animate your slides. I've spoken about this before, but having an animated slide and that movement is very key. It's also quite important to make sure that your slides do not have too much content on it. Make sure that there's a key point per slide and ensure that you actually present the slide with notes so that you actually are very well prepared and rehearsed to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. It's incredibly important within your organization to practice and to quiz each other and do mock runs when it comes to these presentations. You will only learn and get better by practicing it and practicing it in front of fellow staff members. The key thing also is when you are justifying what you do relative to your competitors, the key question that your client will ask is, what does your competitor think of this slide? So think about that. Don't just put in a competitive matrix because it looks good. Make sure that you can validate that with facts. It'll make your pitch that much more successful. The other thing, just to return to the balance, your pitch deck is one part from a sales perspective, but across your business, make sure that there's balance across all of those things. Because if you're particularly strong in your marketing, and you're not strong in your sales, your business is not going to grow. The key thing is to raise all of those things together to make sure that your business grows and your value of your business grows. So just to summarize, the key thing is to make sure that each of your slides is balanced within the whole of your presentation. Make sure that you include a Q&A slide to help with training yourself, but also your fellow sales people. The key thing is also don't forget the pitch anything methodology to make sure that there's a nice balance between fear and hope so that you make sure that you're engaging with your customer throughout the whole pitch process. Also make sure that it's no longer than 20 minutes, that you can answer questions after you've actually done the presentation, and also make sure that you always be leaving. So make sure that you do leave once you've presented. It does make for a much better engagement with your clients. Also, don't let your clients get ahead of the presentation because they might analyze it too much, or they might actually take the presentation and sort of and scroll through it. Rather take the document away from them and say, I'll give you a copy after the presentation. And that's maintaining that power frame that we spoke about earlier. So in closing, my advice is really make sure that you constantly work on your pitch. It doesn't end once you've finished doing it. You've got to keep on reiterating it and improving it. It's a dynamic document and you've got to invest in it in such a way. In my next video, we'll be covering rapport and mirroring, which is such a valuable technique when it comes to selling. I'll catch you in the next video.